by multiplying length, breadth and height, you will get volume. And now I am going to tell you how to derive the unit for this derived quantity. See, for length, the unit is meter, and for breadth, the unit is meter. By multiplying meter into meter, we will get meter square. So we have derived the unit for area. Now we can derive the unit for volume. See, for length also, you know the unit of length is meter. For breadth is meter. Height is also, the unit will be meter. See children, this length, breadth and height, these three fundamental quantities shares the same unit meter. So you will get the answer meter cube. Okay. Then I am going to tell you about the differences between 2D and 3D shapes. See children, these are some examples of 2D shapes which you are using in your day-to-day life. Okay. See, in the 2D shape, it has two dimensions. That is, you have your length and you have your breadth. This will be your length and this will be your breadth. This is a 2D shape. And coming to the 3D shapes, it has three dimensions. It will have length, breadth and also width. Okay, it has three dimensions which will be your length, breadth and width. Okay children, so this is the difference between the 2D shape and 3D shapes. Now we can go to the area. So area is a measure of how much space is there on a flat surface. So the area, we can find area for the 2D shapes. Formula of area is length into breadth and the unit of area is meter square. Okay children. Next, see, these are the example of the 2D shapes. Square, rectangle, circle, triangle. These are the some of the examples of the 2D shapes. See, for finding the area of these 2D shapes, there will be a formula accordingly. So find the area of the square. You will use side into side. Side is represented by A. So A into A gives you A square. Next, rectangle. To find the area of the rectangle, you should multiply its length and breadth. Okay children? Length into breadth gives you length into breadth. It's a formula for finding the area of the rectangle. Then for circle, circle formula is pi r square. The area of the circle, you know children, pi r square. Then the area of the triangle will be half into base into height. Half into base into height. So the formula will be half base into height. Then we will go to the volume children. The amount of space occupied by a three-dimensional object is known as its volume. So, volume is respective to the three-dimensional shape. For the three-dimensional shape, we have to find its volume. So, formula of the volume is surface area into height, and the SI unit of volume is cubic meter or meter cube. And these are some examples for the 3D shapes, children. Cube, cuboid, sphere, cylinder are some of the examples for the 3D shapes. For cube, how to find the volume for cube? There is a formula for the side into side into side. So side represents A shaped object like the stones. Okay, this is the irregular shaped object. So children, how can you find the volume of this irregular shaped object? So I'll show you a small illustration for finding the volume of these kinds of irregular shaped objects. Now I'm taking a beaker and I fill the beaker with approximate 100 ml of water. Can you see children? 100 ml of water, and this initial value of water will be taken as V1. So what is the V1 children? V1 here is 100 ml. Okay children. Now this is the irregular shaped object which I should take the volume, measure the volume. So I'm tying the thread with this stone and I'm immersing it in the beaker. And you can find the level of the water increasing up to 125 ml. So the increased level will be V2 is equal to 125. So now what is the formula of the volume of stone children? V2 minus V1. We have already observed that V2 is 125 and V1 is 100. So by minusing these two, we will get 25 meter cube because the unit of volume is meter cube. So like this, you have to find the volume of the irregular shaped object. Now today I took the example as stone. Now I am going to tell about density. So density of the substance is defined as the mass of the substance contained in a unit volume. If the mass of the substance is m and volume is v, then this density is given as. So the formula of density is mass by volume. Again I am showing an illustration children. Now I am taking a beaker of water and this is a coin I am having. I am just placing the coin here. See, the coin sits inside the water. Now I am taking a piece of paper and I am crumbling it and I am dropping the water. What happens to the paper? It's floating. You can see it's floating and the coin sinks. What makes this difference children? Why the coin sinks inside the water and why the paper floating on top of the water, surface of the water? It's because of the density. Okay, density is nothing but the amount of mass. Since the coin has a large number of mass in it, it sinks inside the water, and the paper has lesser amount of mass, it floats in the water. See, these are the different types of materials. If you are immersing cork on the surface of the water, it stands on the surface of the water. In the case of wood, it's partially submerged. In the case of metal, it's entered into the water. Okay. Next, I'm going to explain you about the larger units, children. When I'm telling about the larger units or larger objects, what will come to your mind, children? Yes, the astronomical units which you can see in the space. Astronomical units, example planets, Earth, many planets like Mars, Jupiter and all, it will come to your mind. Okay. So these large